Imagine a vehicle that can drive you 5 miles for a penny. A vehicle that needs no petrol, just a battery. And that takes the press of a button to start, the squeeze of a lever to stop. That needs no license, no road tax, and you can drive whether you're 14 or 40. A vehicle that costs just £399.
The Sinclair C-5 was an attempt by super geek Clive Sinclair, he of the glasses and the ginger.
Get a washing machine, cut it in half, turn it over on its side, and pretty much that's what you've got.
It was so small. I mean, you almost tripped over. It was like a noddy car. And I remember thinking, I just can't believe this is going to go on the roads.
The Sinclair C-5. It's a new power in personal transport.
You had to drive it in a really strange way with your hands underneath your arse, and it was never ever going to work.
So who better to road test the Sinclair trike than former racing driver Sterling Moss? He put the C5 through its paces in London traffic.
Apart from its size, the fact it was very dangerous and you're going to spend your day ingesting fumes and getting run over, was it was battery operated. So in the event of the batteries lacking power to get you up the hill, you'd have to pedal.
Now I've come to a hill, and I'm jolly well having to remember that this is a bicycle. I'll tell you that because I'm having to pedal it quite hard.
It was at this point, going up the hill, that the vehicle's battery gave out.
Frankly, it looked ridiculous. Only geeks were going to drive it.
Sinclair had this vision of a society with people going around in Sinclair C5, some sort of futuristic.
It's ideal for shopping, for you know, going to the office, going to the station, going to school, in any trip around town.
What you need is to get in your C5, which is about this high, and proceed to work, or just round the area, any kind of short-range journey, shopping, multi-purpose.
To this day, there are people who still really, really love it. And there is such a thing as the C5 Club.
I love the Sinclair C5, enough to own 14 of them. You can take one out to get down to your local town. You can go somewhere and not have to worry about having to park it, not have to worry about getting a parking ticket, and you certainly don't get done for speeding.
I mean, you've only got to see it out on the road. You've only got to see how close you are to exhaust. I've been in lots of little cars, and I feel vulnerable in those. So goodness knows what you would feel like if you were actually in a C5. It's absolutely lethal.
It was tiny. It was on the floor. If you were on the road, you were going to get run over by a truck within 5 minutes because they couldn't see you. Undoubtedly, the C5 ruined Clive Sinclair. That particular product just destroyed his reputation for inventing new things.
He really was an absolute genius, a real genius. And yet, we just laugh about him now.
I'm sure Sinclair just looks at it and just shudders.
He was visionary, he just had the wrong vision.